In August, former Prime Minister Tony Abbott was appointed the Special Envoy for Indigenous Affairs. Sky News reporter Caroline Marcus followed him in that role to remote South Australia and interviewed him about the problem of low school attendance rates.
Tony Abbott spent 3 months travelling to remote communities around the country in his new role. At Coober Pedy in northern South Australia, he visited the local school, even joining the afternoon school run.
It's a tough school and a tough place. Coober Pedy has always been a tough town for white fellas and for black fellas, and plainly that hasn't altogether gone. There's a couple of things that I'm going to look at. I'll ask the Minister to look at, such as some small infrastructure improvements, such as some improvements to the way the canteen operates and who it can deal with.
Is that because some of the students aren't being fed for lunch and recess? We heard today the team that help out with this say that they provide food for the kids. How much of a problem is that?
I think it does make sense to try to ensure that if some are being fed, all are being fed, and that's something that I'll be talking to the PM&C area managers and ultimately the Minister to try to address.
There can be no doubt that it's an important issue and an important task that you've been tasked with, but there has been criticism about the appointment of you to this role, and certain Indigenous leaders and certain people in different political groups have said you're the wrong person and that this is something that's been given to you just to keep you busy. How do you respond to that?
Look, people have access to grind, obviously, and as a senior politician over the years, I've attracted plenty of critics, and as a senior politician on the Conservative side of Parliament, you've got some professional enemies, naturally. My request to people is that they'll judge me, in this role at least, by the recommendations, and in the end they'll play the ball and not the man.
During Parliament's last sitting for the year, Mr Abbott made a statement outlining his recommendations, including higher wages for teachers and wiping the HECS debt for those who stay in very remote areas for at least 4 years, and rewarding communities that take up the cashless debit card. Caroline Marcus, Sky News.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll be live around Australia for a look at how the nation is bringing in the new year. I'm Peter Gleeson.